I will be right back, guys. I will be right back. I will be right back.
Alright, so I am back. Not sure how much longer I will keep this going, but let's see. Yes, 13 hostages have been released, and then another 12 Thailand people on top of that. They haven't got to Israel yet. Thank you, Sydney Luhu, for saying that you appreciate me covering this with so much integrity. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now I want a banana. Let's go. Oh, I don't know. So I'm wondering if this is the people coming in. I don't know I don't know what just happened. I don't know why all those people started running. I don't know if they were running for maybe people, coming in. They're not running anymore. They seem fine now. It did almost look like mayhem. Yeah, a ton of people, yeah. Had the live up the whole time, yeah. They said the IDF trying to move the crowd just a little bit ago. They were too close to the crossing. Interesting. Thank you, Zuzu, for letting me know that. So that makes sense. Did they even know the exact people and names of hostages? I don't know. I don't know.
All right, I'm not sure what we're looking at. Hang on. Okay, while I got up, the view changed. Now, what did it change to? What are we looking at now? I don't even know. Sorry. I stepped up for 2 minutes, and now I'm looking at this, and I don't know what I'm looking at here. I just don't know. Let me figure this out. Sorry. What is that? This is the Reuters feed, but
I'm just seeing if he ends up figuring something out that I know. Does anyone know if Steve knows what he is looking at? I think Steve has a lot of computers.
That's at the prison. That actually is a view at Offer Prison, supposedly, in the West Bay, supposedly. All right, let me go back. Sorry. There is.
So yeah, while he's figuring that out. Yep, he's got 8 monitors. So here's what I think is taking place for Steve, and I'm almost thinking about doing it with y'all. Is I might be on the lookout for some more monitors to set up in a in a sequence that sits here and has to where if, I have trusted sources of where someone like Karen says, hey, here's something, and I automatically see it pop up so I can tell y'all what's going on. And then I have, top moderators, like I do with Chain of Command. So you sit here and say, hey, this just came over. You need to pay attention to this. And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera type stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, I called out Karen, but there is a lot of other people that I really do trust that help me with stuff. So, but yeah. So I might end up doing something like that eventually. So, but I think that's what he's doing. And then he has feeds in other places. I've started, like, you used to see me scroll here and do turn the sound on and off. Now I started copying them, and I have them in another screen, and I turn them on and off from there. So yeah, he's definitely got a team. So why I never thought to actually have a bigger team than just my moderators, I don't know. I did enjoy Thanksgiving. I appreciate it. Won't allow digital check-in. Ever thought about using OBS? Yes. Right now, I really do like here, but I might. So you have a better team. Let's go, Moonlight. I appreciate it. Yeah, for those that don't know, Moonlight, Adrian, and Free Steve are the my top moderators. So when my moderators see that something's going on, not outside of this chat, but outside of this chat, they respond to those three. And then those three come to me. So things are, stacking stones, whatever you want to call them. Bricks are starting to be laid. Yeah, I could figure out OBS. I do like TikTok Live Studio. I really do like it. I read on will monitor the truce and intervene if there's any violations. Okay. So, I'm not sure how much they'll be able to intervene, but okay. Spicy community is truly the best. Let's go, Moonlight. Let's see. Yeah, you probably could use a little bit bigger team in regard, but these are the best already. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so... yeah, right now I think I'm probably going to leave it to Moonlight, Adrian, and Free Steve. So as my top team. And then I've got a team of Karen. As y'all seen her, she was sitting here, showing news. So I need to have where her stuff, I see it more readily. I just need to open another tab to where I see only, her stuff as well as the other people who have verified news, and I watch just their stuff. And then I do see chat, but, and then have another section of where I can turn sound on and off. So yeah, but yeah, so I'll eventually get to there. The more I think it out, the more I don't think I needed extra monitors, but who knows. Let's see. I wake up and see Wardeadpool is on, and I get right on. I had coffee and breakfast watching. Let's go. Up to you. Appreciate it. That's what the report said. I read like Qatar want to keep it civil for at least 4 days. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. Well, it's nap time. Yeah, I'm about to go take a nap time. Let's see what they are saying.
From Offa prison in the West Bank, where we are expecting in the next hour or so, there is no clarity on that, of Palestinian women and children, 39 Palestinian women and children to be released from that Israeli prison. Now, this was part of the deal, this truce deal, that 13 Israeli women and children would be released from captivity, from Hamas captivity in Gaza. In exchange for that, we would see Palestinian women and children being released from Israeli prison. So that's the image you're seeing there of a prison. It is getting dark. Night is falling. It's about 5:40 in the evening. And on your right-hand side, you're looking at the Schneider Medical Center in central Israel. That image is from Petah Tikva, where
they have not. Well, they paused on flooding the tunnels with salt water. But they'll go right back to it. So, they were literally doing stuff up to just a few hours before the ceasefire started. So, not sure what's going on with this fire. I don't know if it's people just trying to stay warm, but the temperature really isn't that bad. But that fire is growing there. Now you have an extra one beside it. The thing is you don't see anyone else partaking in that. It's just some people standing around. So, yeah, that fire is definitely doubled in size just since I started talking about it. See if Steven has anything.
He just posted that. I have not heard those such reports. Let me see what I can find out for you. I mean, there were multiple reports that said they were in Egypt. So I don't know. I mean, Swords of Steel is reliable, but I don't know where he's hearing those reports.
Lynn, I don't know.
That's the prison as well. That's the Ofer. That's a view of Ofer prison in the West Bank.
Lynn, I don't know the answer to that question. Free Steve said it looks like gasoline being set in fire. But wait, they didn't have fuel until now. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Good point. They let the hostages go? No. No. I wish they would, but they sadly did not. Only 13 have been released out of the 240. So I'm not sure what the total number in there is. And I do know hostages were released in the past.
Yeah, I haven't seen any reports that they're not in Egypt yet. That's so I'm going to assume they still are. They are.
This is crazy.
What is that? What is that? Hold on. Why am I seeing that? I don't know why we're seeing this. This is from AFP.
It's for 4
I don't know
days
what they're showing.
unless
What are we
Hamas
seeing?
agrees to release more of these hostages. But is the United States, do you think there are conversations now being had about discussing a long-term ceasefire, bringing an end to this conflict?
Yeah, I mean, as hard as it is to believe, I think this is actually the easy part, the first release of hostages, because now that the more hostages that are released, the Israelis are going to lose even more international legitimacy for fighting the war. People will say, this is...
Are we seeing here the hostages? Is that what we're seeing? They just started showing this on Reuters right now.
Yeah, that has to be the hostages.
So we are seeing some sort of video on Reuters right now.
نعم فصائل المقاومة بشكل عام يشار هنا وكما
And I don't know what we're seeing.
بذلك الدكتور ضياء رشوان رئيس الهيئة العامة للاستعلامات في تصريحات حصرية للقاهرة الإخبارية منذ قليل أشار إلى أن 12 تايلانديا الذين أفرج عنهم والذين سيفرج عنهم الآن وربما هم في داخل هذه الحافلات تم الإفراج عنهم بجهد ووساطة مصرية مع حركة حماس خارج اتفاق تبادل الأسرى الذي تنص عليه هذه الاتفاقية أو تنص عليه هذه الهدنة. فالإفراج عن التايلانديين 12 هو خارج اتفاق تبادل الأسرى.
All right, so I don't need to hear something I don't know what they're saying. What he said, yeah. Yeah, I assume this is the hostages coming in. Peace in the Middle East. Howdy, howdy, Elsie. Good to see ya. Thank you, Bitter Texas, Peter, Trish, Angela, and Caitlin with the gifts. I appreciate it. Peter throwing in a lot. Up to you. 6. Angela, Ash, thank you so much. Trish with the blooming ribbons. As always, thank you everybody who's sending gifts. What are we up to on taps, by the way? Over 100,000. Let's go. Let's go. I appreciate that. Thank you everybody who's tapping. Quit yawning. Hey, I'm sorry. You know, I don't know how many times I've thought about going to bed. So... yeah. So I don't know where that is at, or if they're going towards a hospital or what, but yeah, they did go into those gates. Let's see if I've got anything else in news. Just looking to see. Let me turn Steve on.
As to why we're seeing the border crossing now. Everything's so confusing. There's no explanation. Hang on a moment here. Okay. Let me try to get some updates. It's confusing. I don't know why we're seeing this right now. I don't know why we're seeing the border crossing in Rafah if the hostages have already gone past the border crossing like an hour ago.
Bree, thank you so much for your continued support to the Wardeadpool community. Team Spicy, let's go. By the way, also, Peter, thank you for the autumn leaves. Let's go. Thank you. I appreciate that so much, as well as your rose. But yeah, thank you so much for the autumn leaves. Let's go. Missy, Angela, Peter, and Bitter Texas Nurse, thank you for y'all's gifts as well. Bitter Texas Nurse throwing in the paper crane. Let's go. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Peter, for the autumn leaves. Appreciate it. It's a loop video on the top. Up here? I don't think that's a loop. This is news, a news channel, so they might be recapping someone. Hope your fur babies had a great Thanksgiving. Thank you, Gestry. I hope you are having an amazing and blessed day, as well as yesterday being awesome. So thank you for coming in. Always and so honored to have you always come in here. Thank you so much. It's a loop. So it's this right here. I mean, it can't be a loop all that much. I mean, it just turned into nighttime, showing vehicles come in. But yeah, it's Sky News talking about this. So they're probably sitting there saying, you know, hey, here's moments ago what we just saw. So yeah, just doing a recap clip. That's the better way of saying it. Thanks, Ford Ham. Wonder what's going on here. Hold on. I saw them go there. Maybe they're just grabbing some food. Trying to read other news. I'm not reading anything else. Alright, let's go see if Steven. Let's check the news real quick.
Implementation of the agreement. We need to thank Qatar, Egypt, and the US for that. But this should be just the beginning. It's just 50 hostages, pause for 4 days, 200 trucks a day. We need these pauses to be renewed. We need the whole hostages to be released. It's just the beginning. There are another approximately 200 hostages. They need all to be released. So I think what we need to do is to move from this first step to a sustainable, permanent humanitarian truth, and not just a pause of 4 days. And we need to move to a ceasefire. We need to make progress. The situation in Gaza
and is
is
that-
dire.
Exactly, and I wanted to get to the situation in Gaza because it is dire. It's absolutely grim, the images we're seeing, the death toll that we've seen, and the fact that it might be 4 days of truce, but even the aid going in, given the level of destruction over the last 7 weeks, it may not and probably is not enough. Will France be putting more pressure on the United States, on Israel, to ensure that this is a permanent ceasefire?
We want, this first step to be followed by other steps. We understand that the situation is difficult. From day one, France has strongly condemned the attack by Hamas, and we've said again and again that we recognize the right of Israel to defend itself, to go after the terrorist fighters, but the civilians must be protected. The law of the war, the Geneva Convention, should be respected. Humanitarian access should be granted. So we need to move from one situation to the other. So this is why 4 days humanitarian pause is just the first step. We should go for permanent humanitarian truce, and we should go for a ceasefire.
Ambassador, we're really grateful for your time. Thank you so much for joining us here on the program.
Thank you.
You're looking there at images of a prison in the West Bank, where we were told once the 13 women and children held in Hamas captivity were released, that we would see Palestinian women and children also released, held in Israeli prisons. So we are expecting that to happen as well in the coming hours. And then on your right, you're looking at the Schneider Medical Center, where we are expecting some of the hostages to be taken. It is going to be an incredibly long night for the hostages, for their families, as they are handed safely into the hands of the IDF and then transported by helicopter to Israel, to medical centers like the one in Petah. We'll be back in the next few minutes with all the latest headlines. We'll leave you with these images.
I'm going to see what images they're going to show us. Oh, they're just going to leave it like that? Alright. Think. Alright. Doesn't Qatar help fund Sky a bit? Yeah. Yeah, so... yeah, they're putting a huge emphasis on 14-year-olds that have been thrown into jail because they can be thrown into jail. They're trying to give it a big emphasis as calling them children, and trying to compare it to the children that range in the age of toddler to 14 years old, trying to compare it to those. The ones that, and then try to, yep. The part of the world is brutal. Yeah. I was so wrong. It's sick. Tear gas on bottom. I don't know. Not sure what's going on there. Let's see. Yeah, 13 is still a child. Try having the world hold you to a Western standard while living in the middle of this. Yeah, I agree. That is one thing. People don't understand the standards of different locations. Like, you actually have laws, religious laws, over there. Well, over here, you don't have religious laws. Believe it or not, we used to actually have religious laws. Back in the beginning, with the Bible, you used to have religious laws. So, over 100 years ago, we no longer have religious laws. So you couldn't come out and say, you know, negative things about the Bible in the past. Now you got TVs that can sit there and mock God and mock the Word of God and mock people that are Christians. But back in the day, you couldn't do that. Over here in the Middle East and a few other countries, you cannot do that. What's his name? Jeff Dunham, or whatever his name is. He went over to a Muslim park, and he couldn't do one of his puppets. I forget the puppet's name. Is mine. Someone's gonna say what's Jeff Dunham's puppet that's Muslim? Akbar, yeah. But yeah, he could not use Akbar, and now he went about it a different way. But he definitely could not talk about religious. He can't mock it or anything like that. So thrown into jail like that, or worse. It's one of the things that a lot of people sit here. It's why some people say that, hey, you're protesting over here in America, but you're not going to do it over in West Bank or Israel.
Following all of this, finally, some of these hostages have been released. They've made their way out across from Gaza into Egypt, and we understand.
Not sure what's going on here.
By helicopter to different medical facilities, including this one in Central.
It's Ahmed.
Israel,
Thanks. I thought it was Akbar.
Center. On your left-hand side of the screen, you're looking at the Offa prison, where we understand that at least 39 Palestinian women and children will be released as part of this deal. This truce is expected to last, if it holds, for 4 days. 50 Israeli and, we believe, foreign nationals, women and children, will be released over the course of the 4 days. And in exchange for 150 Palestinian women and children who have been held.
Oh, so it's Ahmed Akbar.
So the images you're seeing there are of Offa.
So it is Ahmed Akbar. Why are people trying to correct me? Potato, don't care.
With this update.
So we're on the West Bank side of Batunia Crossing, and this is where the prisoners that...
What's up, CMD? Good to see you, buddy. Been watching some of your stuff, man. So, good to see you.
Israelis to move out in these jeeps now, 5 or 6 jeeps. They are moving now towards the crowd and through the crowd.
All right, so we have already seen that clip. So no, it is not 50 for 50. It's 50 for 13. It's 100, and when this is all said and done, it's 150 for 50. So it's 3-1. Another Mandela effect. Yeah, it is. That's just the negotiations they agreed to. Yeah, so it's 150 people that are prisoners for 50 hostages. So, and it also, no, there's over 240 hostages. Now, I don't know what the total amount that's been released so far is, but no idea. Let's see, what's Steve got here?
Some sort of other outlet. So what are we looking at right there? I'm not sure, but this is being broadcast by Reuters. Al Kahira News, but it's being broadcast by Reuters. What is that is showing? I have no idea. I'll see if I can translate the headline there.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It says Rafah port receives detainees in the Gaza Strip in preparation for their transfer to the Israeli side. I believe this might be the hostages.
That's
guys.
what I'm wondering.
I think this might be the hostages going into Israel. Is that possible? Or is this the Palestinian prisoners? I'm so confused.
Nah, this can't be Palestinian prisoners. The reason why it can't be the prisoners, unless this is not Gaza, is the prisoners don't get to go to Gaza. They get to go back to Jerusalem. Or go back to West Bank. Sorry, I didn't finish that. They go back to Jerusalem, Gaza, wherever they were from. So that is men and women. So it's probably prisoners, but I do not think this is going into Gaza. No, they're not releasing all 150 at once. They're doing it strategically as well. So the prisoners are people who, just regular prisoners that have been, put into jail for years or whatever it may be, days. So it could be someone robbed someone, stole a car, committed a religious crime, and they're freeing them in exchange for the 50 hostages. But none of them are people that committed acts of taking someone's life. So it's no one is being released that's truly a bad person. Like they did crimes, but nothing severe. Right. Correct, JB. So, and before they released them, they released all the names to everybody in Israel, so that they could say, hey, I know this person, they actually did a bigger crime than what you're saying they did. And then they would keep them detained and they would exchange it for another person. So, Steve being slow. I guess he finally just started saying what I was saying. So, it was a simple car accident. The driver may have had a medical condition. Yeah, you're talking about that. Yeah, could be just that. I haven't looked in any more on that one, by the way. But yeah, the last was that I saw is, and I still haven't seen the official report. I had people that was telling me it was a Bentley, but I still haven't had anyone had a source to where it did say it was a Bentley. So at the top, that's a fire, standing there for warmth. That's all. And the left-hand side, they throw smoke up to keep the, any drones or anything like that from happening. Some people did say that person had a medical condition, but I haven't seen that. I'll probably check the news maybe later this evening to see if there's any update to that. So if it is a Bentley, you're right. I will never buy a Bentley. So, I mean, for that amount of an explosion, that's wild. Plus that high end of a car. Ooh, yeah. And this just in, Petrie has been here a month already and now going on the second month. Ooh, yeah. So thank you, Petrie, for your continued support. And also Keegan Shao. Keegan, thanks, buddy. I thought you already were. But yeah, thank you so much. So Keegan, welcome to the Wardeadpool community. Team Spicy. Again, thank you, Petrie and Keegan. I appreciate y'all. Let's go. You just resubscribed. Let's go. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, so Bentley's 100% off the list. Like, there is no list it will ever get back on. I will remember that till the end of my life. I'll be like, nope. Someone ever says, hey, WDP, I got this Bentley over here that you can buy for $100. Nope. Nope. Not gonna happen. I will... I'll take that overpriced Jeep, Toyota, Suzuki, Subaru, whatever car you can think of. Heck, I will take a straight up Nova. Before. I'll take a Rabbit before that. Yeah, the highest end car that I drove was a Lexus. A Rabbit. Let's go. Someone's probably like, man, he's showing his age. No, I just know cars. I'm just so that y'all know. I guess I might as well tell y'all my age. I'm somewhere between 20 and 80. Somewhere in there. Bring back the Pinto. Let's go. You had a Nova? That's awesome. Hold on just a second.
So this could be Palestinian prisoners being returned to Gaza. And that is what the heck... But I'm confused. I don't know if that's true. I'm just literally reading you what Reuters has as a description.
Yeah, they can't be controlled, sent back to Gaza unless something was changed. But yeah, they can't be sent back to Gaza. They go to West Bank or back to Jerusalem, wherever they were living. Not the Pinto. Bad memories. Stalling out. Nova, meaning no go. Let's go. Your husband brought home a Pinto and the motor What? That stinks. An 88 T100 rock crawling. Let's go. Bring back Datsun. Let's go. Datsuns. Let's go. One car I always wanted to own and never have and probably never will is the Roadrunner. You want a Yugo? Let's go. 67 Chevy. Now Buicks, man, I like Buicks now. Ride around, you feel like you're floating on air. Now I'm gonna get grocery getter, the Chevy Caprice station wagon. Let's go. So, nah, there's definitely not a lot of Roadrunners left. I used to own a 3000 GT. That was one of my first vehicles. Twin turbo, pearl white, bad mama jamma. Trans Am, let's go. See what they're saying up here.
So let's see if we can get images from the Offa prison up on our screen in the West Bank, where we were seeing some activity a little bit earlier. Dominic Waghorn was bringing us up to date on the tensions that were developing there, but we do have confirmation now from the Qatar Foreign Ministry that 39 Palestinian women and children, they've been detained in Israeli jails as part of this hostage deal. They have now been released too. So Alex, there's so many layers to this hostage negotiation, this deal. Part of that was that 150 women and children, Palestinian women and children who had been kept in Israeli prisons would also be released. We were told that once the 13 had come out of Gaza, a few hours later they would come out of these Israeli prisons, the Offa prison in the West Bank, and that has now been confirmed, Alex, by the Qatari Foreign Ministry.
I mean, that will be a huge relief as well, because as you know from having spoken to all the main state actors involved in this absolute mess in the Middle East, is that there's very, very little trust on either side. Very little trust, and almost an expectation that the other side is going to let the other side down. So the confirmation that the Palestinians who've been detained in Israeli jails have been released as well will, I think, add to the confidence. They'll be able to build on it. Hopefully that would be the intention from
Yeah, sorry, muted myself. I'm turning into Steve. Let's go. But yes, I'm not sure if I got all of this out, but Hagar, thank you for the 1,000+ chilies. Let's go. I appreciate it so much. So, and yes, it's they're getting stretched out. Again, this is coming from Sky's News. Qatar, backs them and things like that. But let's go, Jenny Jen with the galaxy. Thank you so much. By the way, someone was saying, what was that? That is the spicy little farts. Go check out Hid Twitter. What's Hid? It's just HID. I don't know them at all. Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold it. Something just happened. Alright. This is breaking. British Airways flight en route from London to Heathrow, Qatar, has declared an emergency minutes after departure. Minutes after departures has declared an emergency. So let's go do some research. We'll come back to these hostages. All right, let's go see if I can figure this out. Why can't I grab this? Hold on. Dang thing. Finally, back now. Alright, so here we go. Let's see if anything here is saying nope. Let's go check flight radar. What they say this was, BA123. So why are you not wanting to show me this? Hold on a second. Trying to figure this out. Huh. So it is diverted. Where's it diverted to? London Heathrow. Looking at the rest of the comments to see if there's something missing. So yes, right now what's taking place is there's too many feeds. Sorry, I gotta move stuff around so I can get this looking right. There we go. All right, so 30 minutes ago, this flight ended up being diverted and came back. That's why I no longer see it in the air. Let's see if I can find out why. Let's see. nothing here on the latest. Yep. Absolutely nothing in the news. They got it though. And I did see it on flight radar that it says that it is diverted. You now have Fort 10 up in the area, by the way. Might be medical emergency. Definitely could be. Definitely could be. With it being diverted so fast, I would fret on the side of a medical emergency or plane malfunction. I could definitely see it being something like that. So, yeah. Not sure what time Fort 10 got up, but yeah. Guess it might. It's watching Lebanon. So, I'm checking up here in these waters now. Note to self: don't fly on airplanes.